Hey, what's up? This is Sal from Saladbowl Gaming, and this is my Stam Sorc build. I finally got it finished. I finally doing what I want to do with it. I did some running in IC the other day, and it's amazing, just wrecking people. I love it. So let's just start off with the actual armor that I'm wearing. So right now I'm wearing 6 medium at the moment, but that's just because I want a heavy slime cross mask, and I haven't gotten it yet. Or heavy slime cross helm is what it'll end up being. But I want it in divines, and this is what I got in divines so far. So I've got these 3 pieces in divines. Like I said, it's 6 medium, 1 heavy. The 1 heavy is the pauldrons, and I'm wearing Clever Alchemist, 4 on the body and 1 down here, and I'll explain why in a second. And then the other set that I'm wearing is the Sword Singer set. So I have the Sword Singer jewelry, gloves, and the weapon. Now you can make this piece anywhere. Find whatever's cheapest for you. You don't necessarily have to build it exactly like I've got it. Just pick one of the smaller pieces to be your 5th Sword Singer piece, and then just make the other 4 Clever Alchemist. It's a craftable set. I made it in medium. I did have it in heavy, and I was running with it, and I didn't like it. I wasn't doing the damage I want. And as you can see on this guy right here, you can see his arms light up every once in a while. That's because of Slime Cry. You get that minor berserk at all times, so 8% increased damage at all times. It just hits like a truck. You don't get like Veldreth, you get like a burst, like you'll go in and then I'll proc and then it'll just get a burst of damage. You don't get that, but this guy with the Sword Singers, so your Sword Singers adds 429 weapon damage to your two-handed abilities. So if we come over here, my weapon damage is currently at 2k, 2k, but that's just base weapon damage. Add into it 429 weapon damage to your two-handed abilities. So in my crit surge, so if you notice here, I have crit rush right here. I have dizzying swing, reverse slice. Those 3 moves right there. I mean, I go in there and I'm doing 438 physical damage. When they're less than 50%, I'm doing 300% more than that, up to, plus 429 extra damage for the Sword Singers. It's amazing. Do a crap ton of damage. This one does 6k, deals up to 68 more damage based on the distance traveled. So if I'm further away, I rush in really far, I do more damage. And then of course I have crit surge and rally. Rally is a good tick for a heal, but you also get that major brutality, extra 20% weapon damage. Now, and then this one gives me an extra 20% weapon damage. So let's see. Boom, boom. Look at that, 238, 2,382 weapon damage. Now that's just with those buffs. That's not including, again, that's not including what I get from this, the 429 top of that, and then the 8%. So you just have a crap ton of weapon damage. And then I'm using a maul. You can switch this out. So you can actually switch this out when I'm PvEing. I'll actually use a sword. The Sword Singer's sword. But you can actually use that if you just want to use a sword at all times. I like the maul because you get that extra physical penetration. So then that way their swords and stuff, or their armor, isn't an issue. So that's the front bar. The front bar has those 5, and then I'm using Onslaught as the ultimate. It just wrecks people. It's amazing how much damage it does. And then on the back bar, this is just utility bar. I don't have any bow abilities back here. This is the main purpose for the bow, is the Main purpose for the bow is this passive right here, Hasty Retreat. I can actually get rid of all these because I don't use them. The Hasty Retreat, so what you get is extra movement speed. So if you need to get out of someplace, so basically if you're a Stam Sorc, you dodge roll with your bow, you throw up your hurricane, and you sprint, and you're virtually unstoppable, even on horses sometimes, depending on the person and their speed is on the horse. But let's get in here. So right now we have Hurricane, Caltrops, Dark Deal, Streak, and Vigor. You're not gonna die pretty much ever. It's insane how much damage you can take. So you throw up your Rally, your Crit Surge, your Hurricane, and your Vigor. Your Hurricane will proc your Crit Surge as well as your Caltrops will proc your Crit Surge as well. So any crit that you do, any bit, it heals you. On top of the Rally tick. So you have a Rally constant heal tick. You can look at my combat log. It's healing me. It's just ticking. I'm not taking damage. It's just ticking for a heal. That's what Rally does. And then the Crit Surge and the Hurricane, they heal. But then on top of that, your Vigor. See, if you look at my combat log. It's my Vigor is ticking and my Rally is ticking. Constant heal. And then your Streak. You want the Streak that does damage and stuns, because what you can do is you throw up your Hurricane, you throw up all your buffs, and then if you're taking a keep, or if you're taking a flag in IC, and there's a group of enemies, you get in front of your group that you're with, or even by yourself, and you streak through them, stuns them all, and you throw down a Dawnbreaker right on top of them. Dawnbreaker is the other alt that I have on this bar. Throw down a Dawnbreaker and you're good to go. The rest of your group can come in, and then your second Dawnbreaker tick, it's done. Did I? No, that's not what I wanted. Guild, Fighters Guild. I haven't morphed this yet. What am I doing? Dawnbreaker of Smiting. That's what you want. You want the Dawnbreaker of Smiting. That's the one that I thought I had on, but I didn't. Basically it goes in, so you streak through, and then you Dawnbreaker, and it'll stun them. And does more damage. So that's the build. Pots I run with Essence of the... It says Essence of Health, but it's max. It restores all three abilities, all three resources at the same time. That's what I run with. A lot of people run with the movables. I don't feel the need of them because I have a crap ton of stamina. The food that I run with is the Dubious Camoran Throne. It's new. It's a drink. Confused me. I thought it was a food since it's got increased max stam and max health. I used to run with the Orzorgas. That's good too. You don't get the max stam out of it, so it decreases the amount of max damage you have. This is good. It worked well for me for a while, but this is a new one that just came out, and I really like it. So let's get into my CP. Let's start right here with the ritual. Piercing and Mighty. So increases your physical damage by 25%. That's not included in the weapon damage in your character screen. And then increases your physical penetration. So with the Maul and this, I have... Their armor really doesn't... I mean, unless they're a tank, like they're running 32k physical resist, whatever, then obviously I'm not going to get through that. But if it's like a Sorc, if it's a Nightblade, if it's a medium running Stam DK... whatever, if they're not running heavy, more than likely I'm going to get through and just destroy them. 20 in resistance. Resistant increases your crit resist by 552. And then 60 in hardy, elemental defender, thick skin. So this kind of just spreads out your poison defense, physical damage, reduces all that. Your elemental defender, so all those people running, especially when the warden comes out running the frost abilities, you get a little bit of a degradation against that. And then thick skinned reduces the damage over time. All those ticks that you get, especially with like lethal arrow or poison injection that the Nightblades like to use. Warlord, reduce the cost of your stamina abilities, and then Mooncalf and Tenacity. Mooncalf increases your stam recovery, and then Tenacity, you are going to weave in heavy attacks, so this also increases your Magicka and stam that you get back from those heavy attacks. And that's all of my CP. That is my Stam build. I'm gonna put a video up of me running in IC with a group. It is with a group. Don't let that deter you if you're somebody that doesn't like, quote, Zerglings. If you look at the video that I'm gonna put up, I'm kind of out in front a lot of the times. If I'm not out in front, you can definitely follow me and see the amount of damage I'm doing. Let me know what you think of the video, if this helped, if you liked it. Let me know down in the comments if you liked it. Give me a like, subscribe, and share this video.